Hey everybody, Tuesday night means it's beer review time, means it's drunk pokeroo time, means it's beer time. It's my favorite time of the day, a little later than normal, running around, doing pokeroo stuff. Today I was down at Collective Arts picking up my growler fill and my half growler fill, which we'll get into in just a second. Being a Hamilton boy means, always repping the Steel City. But especially our craft beer guys. I mean, we're really growing. We're really coming up. We got, new breweries open up all the time, and I'll bring you the information on those when I can. But, Collective Arts, I've talked about most of the beers on here, either on video or on Instagram. Stash, regular session ale, great. I want to share this with my uncle. Picked up a couple, got to drop by and visit him, bring him some. Ransack, we've talked about, great can art. They do it right, using artists and trying something different. Ransack is a beauty. That's what my growler's filled with. It's one of my favorite beers. That we talked about that not too long ago. We got Rhyme and Reason, which is a great session pale ale. It's a little lighter, not quite so hoppy, but still a lot of flavor. I had some of those Saturday night when we had some people over. Great beer to just chill and hang out with. Saint of Circumstance Blonde Ale. Again, only 4.7% ABV, so, super crushable. Not that I advocate crushing, a lot of them, but, one you can definitely enjoy, and the weather's warming up out there, so probably a great patio beer, too. Last one before we talk about what we're drinking tonight is the Black IPA, which is a limited release. They've still got some, and they just brought out some more. They got a new can design, so get down there and get yourself one before they run out. So tonight's beer is what's in my mini growler. It's about 2 pints of beer in there, so it's really nice for a day, for an evening, whatever you're doing. It's porter, so we have what I usually use for my porter glass. It's a great glass, but I'm not going to use that tonight. I'm going to use my Collective Arts glass because, hey, you know how much I love my logoed glasses. They bring a song to my heart because, I got to travel to get them, and I just like the way they look. They look cool on the shelf, and I'll have to support local craft brewers in any way I can. So tonight we're going to be drinking Stranger Than Fiction, which is a very easily accessible beer. LCBOs, again, great can art. Mrs. Poker is not a big fan of this one. It gives her the creeps, so I've been saving them up, and she may find them in various locations around the house in the next little while. It's a porter, so it's sort of a transitional beer between winter and spring. Let's get into it and check it out. So it's got my swing top, which is always fun. Great way to preserve your beer. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous pour. I mean, black as night. Beautiful tan head. Nice bubbly tan head. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, that's dark as a stout. That's a great color. Chocolate, roasted malt, a little bit of bitter coffee on the smell. Let's get into it. Cheers. Man, there's a reason I have so many of these cans. I really love this beer. I say that about a lot of beers, but I really love this beer. This and Ransack are probably my 2 favorite beers from Collective Arts here in Hamilton. If you're in the area or close to the area, or you can get to an LCBO and they carry this, try it. Okay, it's got a great dark bittersweet chocolate flavor. I would never have been a fan of this, 5 years ago or 2 years ago even. I mean, it's grown on me. It's fantastic. So it's, not overly sweet. And there's definitely some cocoa going on in there, especially on the back. But then there's that bitter, black coffee kind of aftertaste, back end taste that really gives this brew a bit of a kick. I mean, it's only 5.5% ABV, so it's not, a big boozy bastard like we've had in the past. I mean, this is a very, very Um, I don't want to say easy drinking because it's a porter and it's pretty complex. I mean, it's a lot of roasted malt going on, a lot of chocolate and coffee flavors. And some, just it's so good. But it's a beer that that's why I got it in the mini growler, the swing top, is because I know I can get 2 glasses of beer out of it, and it's a great beer for after dinner, just kind of chilling out, watching a movie. I think it's going to transition well into the summer. I think it's going to be a nice beer for sitting on the patio, especially as the weather's kind of hitting that warming spot where it's not quite summer, it's still a little bit of spring. Where it's you get those cool nights. This would be a great beer for around the fire too, out the back in the Pokeroo Manor. But yeah, like it's great. It's not too thick of a mouthfeel, and by that I mean it doesn't coat your mouth with the big sticky, residency, kind of flavor. It's very nice, very clean tasting, and like I said, bitter on the back end. Little bit of hoppy, bitter back end, not crazy piney, but there's a little bit of the pine hoppiness back there. It's a great drinking beer. So I mean, get yourself one. Get 2. Look for these cool cans. They've got some other great designs. I love this one. I think it pops. It looks great on the wall. I mean, I collect them all because I like to collect stuff, and it looks good on my beer wall. Just before we finish up, 2 things. Number 1, I found this today, and that's my old Hamilton Steelhawks towel from the Spectator. The Steelhawks were an OHL team when I was a kid here. We have an OHL team now, again, the Hamilton Bulldogs. Get out, support your local sports, especially local amateur sports. I mean, these kids, bust their butts, and it's great to support them. I know I'm going to have to hit up a couple of Bulldogs games before the season's over, but I don't know. I was nostalgic for Hamilton things today. I went down to Collective Arts down past Stelco, where my dad worked for 30 years. My grandfather worked and uncles and that. It's a hard-working town, and it's coming out with great beer. The other thing is, on Thursday, come on back. I'll give you a beer review, and I'm also going to make the announcement for my birthday week next week, which Mrs. Pokeroo has reluctantly agreed to call Pokapalooza 2016. We're mapping out our travels right now. We're coming to a town near you, so hopefully we can get together and have a beer, swap some stories about our crappy beer drinking days, and maybe you can point me in the direction of some great beer in your town. Anyways, from me and from my local brewery, Collective Arts, I mean, please go and try them. I mean, try all your local beer too, support your local guys. Let me know down below in the comments, where you're from, what I should try from your area, because I'm getting in the car on my days off and I'm coming to a city near you, and next week we are going to put kilometers on the car like it hasn't seen in many a moon. Happy International Women's Day to Mrs. Pokeroo, to my mom, my mother-in-law, sisters, nieces, aunts, friends, everybody. Without you, we most certainly wouldn't be here, in a figurative and a literal sense, but you are the pillars of our lives. Thank you very much. I raise this glass to all women. Someday we'll have it right. For now, we'll keep trying. Cheers. We love you. Happy Women's Day.